I have a story to tell. It's about a place and a time nearly forgotten except by those who experienced it. It's a story of a hometown ski mountain and a greater community brought together by its magic. In the northwestern region of the Catskill Mountains, just outside the official park, sits a small two-stoplight town. This town has seen its ups and downs throughout the years, redefining itself as the people and the businesses have changed around it. I grew up in this town and still feel as if it is my home, even today, some 25 years after spreading my wings into the world. The story, though, is that of the town's former ski mountain. Scotch Valley originally opened in 1962, and some years later, for a brief stint, the name of the mountain was changed to Deer Run before changing back to Scotch Valley in the 1980s. Sadly, it closed in 1998 and is currently operated by a private organization and closed to the public. Those of us fortunate to live while Scotch Valley was alive remember it as a very special place, almost magical. When it closed in 1998, it stood abandoned for years, and it was during that time that the original trail map from the front of the ticket lodge made it into my possession. For 25 years, this hand-painted original trail map has been in storage and on my mind. I always knew I wanted to restore it to its former glory. A few months ago, I decided it was time. I unearthed the trail map, which is an 8-foot by 4-foot piece of sheet metal. In my garage, I set it up on horses and began to examine the extent of damage time had caused. As you can see, the trail names and some of the corresponding numbers, however, were a mess. I gave it a good cleaning using a water-vinegar mix, doing it several times over the course of a few days to ensure the grime was wiped clean. I researched the proper paints to use, I chose acrylic, and I got to work. I'm not going to lie. I was nervous. Even though only a small group of people knew I had this in my possession, I did not want to screw up what is an important part of so many people's collective history. Also, I'm not an artist. I carefully removed the flaking pieces and thoroughly cleaned the area before slowly, meticulously freehand writing the letters and numbers back in. What worked in my non-artistic favor is that some of the original writing was also freehanded, so I felt more comfortable in its imperfection. Some of the map was stickers, some paint. It made the restoration that much more difficult and time-consuming. The problem came when matching the white around the lettering. There were so many variations given time, patina, and flaking that it made more sense just to start fresh with a new coat of white around the trail names. It took 2 coats to get it to match, but then I was faced with the white not matching the white of the rest of the mountain. So, here is where I take creative liberty and add my mark to Scotch Valley's history. I create a box around the trail names, using inspiration from the other wave markings on the map, and fixing my problems of the white not matching. Finally, I decide that in order to protect the map from further flaking, I coat the entire thing twice over 2 days using a triple thick glossy glaze for acrylic and metal. I chat through the project with my mentor who offers to build me a frame for it. After careful consideration, we affix the map, which, while huge, is not very heavy, to the wall itself. Then a custom cedar frame is placed around the map to give it that framed-in feeling. Now it hangs in my living room, able to share its history and magic once again. It's imperfect, it's a bit scarred, and it's a lot unique. But then again, aren't we all? I don't want the story of Scotch Valley to end when the people who lived it do. I want future generations to hear how it once was before the world started speeding too fast. I want to listen to stories of time spent at Scotch Valley. I want to remember. I want to share this little piece of our history that I saved with all of you. I hope you smile when remembering, and it brings you joy today.